walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking I saw you feeling me across the room. Now let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Do you fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. What if I told you that I knew I'd figure it out without a doubt? I say, so get those eyes on me from across the room. Or let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Neutron! Is she for real? I'm looking at you, walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. Let me take finding my past in places I've known to call home. And even if I could recover, I still wouldn't have a reason to stay here. No, I would keep running from who I am now, desperately looking for someone to heal me. Please make yourself appear from the mist. I know I can see you now, I can't refuse. Please make your way out of the dark now. Make me believe that I still have reason to stay here. I'm lost without you. I'll move every mountain here for you. Let it go, just let it go. I promise to go where we last held on. I'll fall without you, right to the ground beneath the grass I'll lay. My bones will shed the tears I left, leaving the memory we once shared. I'll be the one who says sorry for the life I gave you then. I'll come out the dark now. Make me believe that I still have a reason to stay. I'm lost without you. I'll move every mountain here for you. Let it go, just let it go. I promise to go where we last held on. I'm lost without you. I'll move every mountain here for you. Let it go, just let it go. I promise to go where we last held on.
What is good, my family? Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It has been a while since I've actually been live in these types of settings, right? Welcome back. Welcome back. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's get this camera rolling, man. Are we here or are we here? What is up? What is up? What is up? Let me throw those A's in the chat right now, team. Throw those A's in the chat. Don't pretend like I don't remember that, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It has been quite a while, man, since I've been doing this thing live here with you guys, but we are back. We are alive, right? A little delayed in the stream here on YouTube, but all good in the hood, guys. I mean, look at this upside. Look at this upside happening right now, man. I know that it's not going to be a typical stream, right? Of course, you guys already know that about me. It's when we're live like this, when we're true live like this, it's a little more, I'd say what? A little more laxed, right? It's not so it's business, right? So I mean to come in and have a good time with you guys. I mean to come in and celebrate a little bit because a lot of you are presently massively in the money, and I couldn't be more excited for you guys. This is absolutely super freaking cool. Have you guys noticed at all? Has any of you noticed that the crypto market is just completely imploding right now, man? This is absolutely amazing. But welcome back, everybody. My name is Arca. If you have never heard before, please do me a favor. Please do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive, man. Okay. So let me get some hands and let me get some A's in the chat if you want me to start with XRP first. Should we start with XRP first or what, man? What I can say is this, man. I'm going to tell you this. I have, we have a Discord here, right? And the team members are always with us, man, at every stream, right? For the private streams and everything. But we have had such a massive call out here on all of these tickers that I can't help but to congratulate all of them and say that it's really all thanks to them, right? They bring us the tickers in here. They let us know what they want to trade. And then here we are just looking at them, putting the targets together. And then we have also team analysts in this, man. Actually, I'm in private in a stream right now, right? Not in the public stream in the Discord, which is why you may be wondering, where in the hell is this guy in the first place, right? So if you just take a look at it up here, guys, we are in the analyst meeting, and I'm here with some of the analysts here with us, right? And of course, we got options on deck here, man. Options is the one who actually called this ticker BTOG today, and oh my goodness. Yes, it's in the equity side, but oh, dude, it's just going and going and going to the upside right now, guys. It's like, I mean, it's like crypto itself is running just as hard. But if you guys are familiar with that FFIE play too, man, that was another play that this guy called out, like from, I don't know, man, like 5 cents to $4 or something. It was just a huge upside, right? And I'm, yeah, like I'm saying, team, I'm really excited to be providing this analysis here for you. So why don't we go ahead and take a look at the charts here and find out if we actually have some more continuation, as I do see that many of you are wanting to see this this XRP chart first, right, guys? Know for a fact, right, team? Know for a fact that this was all. I'm not gonna say completely fueled by, of course, XRP has its catalysts and it has the massive upside continuation based on the whole narrative, right, guys? We already kind of know that stuff, and I feel blessed that you guys have been starting to watch me and giving me more attention here based on the analysis that we provided for XRP, right? But we did speak about the potentials of BTC running into the 112, the $113,000 target just a couple days ago, and in this massive fueling, guys, this is where you get the explosive upsides coming in from tickers like XRP, Solana, right? You guys can actually look at the heat map. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at that right now and find out how that heat map is looking in comparison to the rest of the market, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this as crypto and look at this amount of green. Oh my goodness, it's like a neon screen in front of me right now, guys. This is massive for the cryptocurrency space. And I got to tell you, it's also just kind of pulling back just a little bit right now. It's not as green as it was just a little bit ago, but yes, guys, massive green all across the markets right now. And I mean, what do we say, right? All we got to do is be massively thankful, right? And run with the flow. But yeah, man. Yeah. So now, my bro, Doc Henry coming in here saying, man, Hulk, smash the like button, guys. Yes, absolutely, guys. Please do me that favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, man. I love it. I love it so much, guys. Thank you so much for your infinite support. And I see you guys here. I see you guys every day giving me those comments and giving me that undying love. I love it, team. I can't even tell you. But yes, team, here we go. Around 2 or 3 days ago, XRP, we spoke about your higher time frames, maybe within your 8-hour time to, I'd say, maybe around the daily time. We noticed that there could be a massive expansion to the upside via the closures of your more macro timeframes that could bi-weekly, right? So if you are not really understanding who I am or what I do, the majority of the analysis that I provide, guys, is more statistical on the mathematical side of things, right? And it may not sound like it, right, as I do tend to keep things a little hyper, but I you know, it's a little bit of showmanship, a little bit of celebration all in one shot, right, guys? But yeah, man, thank you so much. Short Film Tony, good to see you there. Doc Henry, good to see you there too. Curtis, what's up, dude? Options in there, man, doing his damn thing. Oh, my buddy Niz, what's up, man? Good to see you there too. JM, I see you guys. I'm sorry, I haven't said hi to anybody up in here, right, team? But Ralph, Silverline, Fiat, what's up, man? I see you guys in here, man. Thank you, everybody, for stopping on by. What's up, David Simon? Good to see you there. Cryptolorian, dude, come on. Robert Merkel, let's go. Short Film, what's up, guys? Man, I see a lot of familiar faces in here, man. Panda, my boy, good to see you in there, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, let's go ahead and I apologize if I didn't get to you, right, guys? But let's go ahead and take a look at your continuation and find out. Nick, you're the man, bro, and find out what kind of upside we're looking at, right, guys? So you already know that I tend to look at things from the face of linear volatility or a volatility heat map in combinations with a bit of physics, a little bit of psychology, a little bit of mathematics, and a little bit of juice, right? So all good in the hood, right? Let me go ahead and kind of explain to you real quick before we get this thing rolling and rolling. I want you to know how it kind of works, right? So that we all can be in the same page. I'm just going to give it to you in a very, very simplistic manner so you can understand how this works, okay? So this is your volatility heat map, right? This is where you're going to become big brains, okay? This is where the real ones listen. And actually it's very, very, very simple. Okay. Upside, right? The expansion upside, that just means that you're accelerating, right? We're getting massive amounts of people buying and selling all at once. It doesn't mean that we're going to go direction upward. It just means that we're getting buyers and sellers at a higher frequency in whatever time frame that we're observing it, right? So if we're getting expansion, we're accelerating, right? So if we're getting contraction, right? The downside, please just know that would be just your deceleration, right? Let go of the gas pedal so you're slowing down, right? Now, what gives you the bias of direction, the directional bias, right? So if we're accelerating, how do we know if we're accelerating up or down, right? Arca, damn, bro, I'm not no mathematician like you, fool, shut up. So this is what we do. What we look at stochastic momentum or a moving average or RSI, whatever you guys think, right? In my case, I like to use a very delayed, very, very, very delayed and looked back indicator here. Stochastic momentum, just as dry as it is, right? Your 3 EMA against your SMA 14 on a smoothing factor of 3, the way that it comes stock from TradingView, right? Just that way. Okay, so now you know this thing will give you the bias of either downside or upside. Should we be accelerating or decelerating? So imagine we're going up, right? And this thing is accelerating and this thing is showing upside. But what if this is decelerating and we're showing upside? Well, that means we're starting to approach a little bit of a weakness there, right? So that's kind of the way I observe things. So now that's the very simple way of looking at it, right? There's a bunch of other things that I combine in it, of course, but I just want you to know the overall bias of how you use volatility against momentum. And that's the way I use it, okay? Now, I include time in it, right? So and your mass would, your physics, right? Your mass is going to be the price. So in reality, it's just price against time. You don't have to overcomplicate things, Arca, shut the fuck up. Make sure that these people are understanding everything all good, right? So from there on, we're okay. All right. So naturally, we're on this huge upside pivot, right? And we are still expanding here in an hour time frame, but that's an hourly. So it could kind of take a lot of time to get there. So why don't we do this? I know that a lot of you are very, very, very familiar with your 1 minute time frames, right? Your 2 minutes, your 3 minutes. I may not go that low. So let's do this. I want to meet you down there in some way. Let's go to the 5 minute time frame and see if we can understand how the volatility and momentum would cascade into another. This is what we're doing. We want to make sure that if we have upside on momentum and volatility expansion, we want to know that the short 5 minute time frame, if it has enough of a push, right, it's going to create, no pun intended, a ripple. So if that ripple creates 5 minutes into the 10 minute, then we're going to know that the efforts of 5 and 10 minutes move to your 20 and 30. So then if the 20 and 30 then start to show their upsides and momentum continues, now we're toppling into the hourly and bi-hourly, right? So this is the way we're going to do it. We're just going to do it, the waves, man. We're just going to ride the waves and see how far upside we have until we can determine the max top area that the timeframes have to suggest. And this is the magic behind it, right? I am an algorithmic developer, right, guys? I write my own scripts. This is, for example, one that was inspired by the caretaker of Eric Crown, right? I wrote it here. I put a heat map in the background, right? A bunch of different usabilities, and I use linear volatility like he does, right? So anyway, here's something that I developed too. This is a window here that tells me data that's happening in real time, right? So the reason we would use this is for only one reason for now, okay? And that's going to be your average true range on top. See how it says current ATR, and we're in the hourly time frame? So that means that anytime an hourly bar opens, you can move up and down this value on average, right? So it'll increase as you go up. Look at a 4 hour time frame, right? You see how it says now 4 cents instead of the 2 cents or whatever that was in the hourly. Let's go to a 12 hour. Look at that, 7 cents on the 12 hour instead of the 4 of the 4 hours, right? And let's go into something macro, right? Weekly time frame giving you 36 cents, right? So this is how we're going to be able to determine how far price will move against time using the ripples of time, right? So we're going to use a little bit of physics, a little bit of statistics, right? And we're going to merge it all together with psychology and determine our output target, and we're going to find out how far we can take it, right? Throw an A in the chat right now if you agree with me, if you like what the plan is. Throw those A's in the chat right now if you already are understanding what we could be doing here via mathematics. I am going to just literally I'm going to block the camera right now, right? And I'm also going to mute myself because I want all those A's to come into the chat right now as we're approaching just 100 viewers right now. Throw them right now. I'm not going to say anything. Go and throw them in right now, guys. Throw them in, throw them in, throw them in, throw them in. Throw those A's, throw those A's, throw those A's, man. I love it, man. I love it. I love it. Look at all those, right? All good. So I'm not going to lie to you guys. I have to use a little bit of showmanship in order for me to be able to do the little quick things that I have to take care of as a father as well. Right now, what do I mean by that? Well, presently, right, if he pops up in here, don't mind him, right? I have my little 5-year-old boy right behind me. He's actually on his tablet. He's playing some games right now, right, guys? But he's always with dad. He's always with dad working, right? He's doing his little work right now. He's building something on Minecraft. I don't know what it is, but he's building it, right? So if he pops up, I promise you this, he is the sole reason why I exist as Arca. He is the reason why I am here, and the reason why I learned the markets, because when he was 2 years old, I almost lost his life due to a loss of iron, right? His blood iron was just so low that he was literally suffocating himself. It's even hard to talk about it, right, guys? But he literally inspired me to become what I told him in what could have been his deathbed, right? Literally, the doctor is telling me that. I told him there that I was going to be the best that I can be and the best to him, right? So this is why I exist, guys. So know that whatever I do here, whatever I show, know that it's absolutely transparent, and I mean only the best, right, guys? Because I don't want any of you to ever have to experience anything like that and being broke, right? So the trade has allowed a very, very unique opportunity for me and my family. So this is absolutely amazing, and I am here now enjoying my time with you guys, right, guys? Not often am I live like this, but I used to be, right? I used to do this for, 2 years straight. But now we're here, right? Now we're here doing it again, and we want to check out what Arca even means, right? With that time frame that he talked about, guys. Some people are already identifying this as they've called it like Arca's signature countdown, right? I've seen some people talk about it, right? So DXRPXX saying, nice one, Arca. Love you, buddy. Thank you so much. Besame 45. What's up? What's up? I remember you telling that story, one of your first AMC videos from back in the days. I have to kind of put it out there so people know that I'm not here to take over them or take advantage of them, right? But I do remember you too, and I think you still have that username, right? We've, the network has grown and thousands of people now, so I couldn't be more thankful, right, guys? So honey blonde, good to see you there. God bless you as well. So anyway, the Fozman, what's up, buddy? You're the man. So let's get this thing rolling. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see what's up. Okay, remember the sequence, right? Remember the sequence of how we determined how we're gonna do this. We're gonna start it off from a granular time frame. Okay, and let's be patient about it. Okay, here we go. So if we're talking about volatility and momentum, we want to make sure that if we are suggesting an upside, we want to see if we have expansion coming in, right? All good. All right. So we have contraction. We're decelerating on the 5-minute time frame. What does that mean? That the upside here has a little bit of struggle going on. Not only that, is that we are also looking at a bearish formation right here. So which means that we're probably wanting to come down to validated support before we make our continuation to the upside. What is that formation? Number one, well, I know that I have a bunch of lines everywhere here, but we're gonna get rid of them real quick, and we're gonna show you what that formation could be. It's right over here, right, guys? This is your head and shoulders formation. Shoulder here, head here. That usually identifies as a bearish formation, right? Break down below the regression, which is this line. line, retest the regression as resistance, continue to the downside. Now, where is that downside exactly though? So let's take another trend line, right? From the center of the head, this is how the strategy works for this, right? From that center of the head all the way to the neckline, which is what we drew, right? And now we apply it to the middle of your right hand shoulder. Okay, so this is telling us that we would drop to around the areas of 250. Okay, but it doesn't have to be exactly the area that it's suggesting, because when you're looking at targets like this, this is the psychology, right? That's your psychological property. What we're doing here is meeting the higher probability target, not the psychological target. So if you're looking at major pivots already establishing right up here at 251, and maybe you have the space of these wicks down here, well, how can we actually validate that there could be a 250 in line? Number one, 250, it's a solid number, right? It's right in between the $2 and $3. That could also be a reason for us to evaluate. So let's just say that we did take that into account, but that doesn't mean it would be the low. So in fact, you do have an inflection point right over here, but that inflection point is kind of alone. It doesn't have anything to the left, and it doesn't have anything to the right. So should we actually lower this target just a little bit to where all of these bars are confluent to each other right there, right? The more confluence you have against each other, the better your probability, right? Okay, so this case, we would use this target here against your 250 suggested psychological bottom, of which case I would have to agree, right? It looks pretty damn good around that 250. So I'm just going to adjust it to be a little bit lower than your 250, 60, whatever that was. We're just going to put it down here at around 250, 50. Okay, now we have a range, right? We have a zone of a support bottom that we could endure. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and make sure that we can map out the 50% of this range. The 50% of anything, guys, is incredibly important. Always know to respect that, right? In your technicals, in your statistics and all that stuff, and charting, right? Which, by the way, guys, if you are interested, right, you can go ahead and join me for the beginner's course coming in July 26th. It's $100 for a 9-week mentorship live with me. And the seats are limited, okay, guys? So go ahead and take advantage of it in the links in the description below. And let me go ahead and just add the receipts, right? We call them the receipts whenever we put a target here together. So this would be your high likelihood target. Should suggest, or should volatility suggest downside? So since we notice that we have a bearish formation and we're also kind of slowing down, right? We're decelerating with an upside. So that's already telling us that the upside may be a little bit weak here. We could be experiencing some kind of resistance soon, and this would actually start to topple over just for the immediate short term. We have been running here for quite a while. Okay, so why would that be though? Why is it that we're pulling back? Well, when you establish zones like this, guys, that's a leg, right? That's a leg. So you break out of that leg, you come back, you validate the leg, and then you continue. And then guess what? You reach the areas of what we're looking for around the 261, and then you come back and validate this leg then, right? Now this leg gets validated and you continue towards a new upside and you create what are called your ladders, right? So that's usually how price action tends to work for your technicals, right, guys? Your very basic way of observing price action, okay? So that's your psychology behind it. Okay, cool. Now, some of you may be wondering, okay, well, if you have that in line, well, why don't you validate this with maybe some fibs? Well, I can do that for you. And in fact, I'm going to validate this with fibs in a way that you may not be aware of, right? So I'm going to take a very unnatural Fibonacci extension, right? Very different. I'm going to take it inversely to the way that you're used to seeing it, should you be used to seeing it in the first place. Fibonacci is a mathematician, and the ratios are, you know what? Do me a favor. Whenever you get a chance, type in YouTube, meaning of 618. I'm going to blow your mind, okay? Let's go ahead and see with an inverse Fibonacci extension or retracement, right? We're going to see if that 251, 250.95 or 250.51 meet any of the 618s or the 272 targets, okay? Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at that now. Let's go ahead and inverse this, right, from that very bottom side to the very top side of the price action and find out if we have that 618 in line with us. Mind you, I've never done this before. What do you know? We have it right there at 251.68, and we have a natural target of 251.40. But hold on, the actual target was this wick on top, right? So let's put a line on that wick there and take a look at that, right? How cool is that? But I'm not saying that it's gonna do it. I'm just telling you that this has geometric confluence, right? So these are that's the importance of mathematics, guys. Come on. We have to use mathematics here to be able to move along and understand how price action works too. But you don't have to know this crap, you know? You don't have to know anything. If you already have a sequence of trading, if you already know your criteria, then you're good to go. Who the hell is Arca, right? Close the channel and keep on going, right on your merry way. But here's the next thing, guys. Usually, we tend to jump into an area. You know what? Here, I'm going to find out who's who in this chat right now. Does anyone in the chat know what this area is called? Between the 0.382 Fibonacci ratio, right, and the 0.618, what is this area called? Go ahead and put it in the chat right now. I'm not going to make any looks at you, so I'm going to block the visibility here, and I want to know who's who in the chat. Tell me what that zone is called, and tell me what it will do. Let's go. Tell me what that zone is, guys. Tell me what it is. I know you know. Don't be shy, right? I know you know. Oh man. Wait. Do we have some experienced ones in here? Do we? Well, that's absolutely amazing, man. Look at you guys already. Oh man. Okay, all right, so you guys do know. Now, okay, fine. Fair enough. You got it. Good job, guys. Good job. So you are looking at your... This is definitely called Leprechaun's Island here, guys. This is Leprechaun's Island. We reject Leprechaun's Island. Okay, it is a pocket of gold for sure, right? This is the golden pocket, and typically speaking, when you reach that very magical number or anything or any retracement ratio within the exactly, right, this is about to explode. So when you reach that area, this is typically like a spring, right? You enter that golden pocket and immediately takes you to the direction that you want to go in. Hence why we talked about validations of the regression here, bearish formation. We have the golden pocket. Now, wait. Remember I told you to go on YouTube, right? And I told you, go on YouTube whenever you have a chance and search the meaning of 618, right? Check out the target that we just pretty much hit. The 0.618 target rejection, and look at what price action is doing now, right? Oh my goodness, man. So that's part of the magic here, guys. Part of the mathematics. Okay, so typically speaking, yes, we tend to, let me know, buddy. Let me know. I'm reading. So so we tend to get that rejection from the 0.618, right? And then price action then starts to push waves, right? Waves, just like we talked about in the beginning, to know how to cascade or use the toppling of the dominoes, right, into time, using price against time. So that's what's happening right now, right? Perfectly speaking. Now, if we are going to get that, let's now validate this downside using the volatility versus momentum. We haven't done that. I've only given you a guess. Everything that I just told you right now is based on full discretion without validation of any sorts. So that means that Arca has been talking shit to your mind this whole time. I'm just kidding. So let's go ahead and validate now, actually, though. We really do have to validate, right? I love you, buddy. I love you. Okay. Let's continue it. So we said 5-minute time frame, right? We were already starting to kind of topple over here, right? Okay, well, let's see. If we start to look at now the curvature, look at what's happening now. It's not perfectly upside anymore, right? But if we go back on the 4-minute time frame, you'll notice that the 4-minute time frame is also kind of more curving. Let's see, 4 minutes. Look at that. Right? So this means that we're already starting to get it from a more immediate short term, and this is your 3-minute already going down, right? Cool. So let's go to the 5-minute because we're starting to feel that retracement. Okay, 5-minute time frame, getting that retracement. Let's see how far it goes. Your 10-minute time frame, does it have a full downside just yet? I don't know, but it's over in 3 minutes and 58 seconds, and it's printing red on that bar, right? That's looking pretty special to me, as in likely downside. Okay, 15-minute time frame, right? Does it have an upside posturing yet? No, it does not. And we're slightly slowing down from critical expansion. So that means, oh man, hold on. We're catching a little bit of downside here. 20-minute time frame, what's it saying? Oh, okay, so it's also downside. Damn, Arca, are you right about the downside for now? Well, probably, but that means that we're gonna be able to get bulls to load up, right? For a further upside. Hang on. Let's keep on going, right? Because it's not done. So 30 minutes of downside so far. right? Okay, so then we have a very, very, very sharp and consolidative 1 hour bar. It's not showing, it's showing us that we're literally consolidating. We're not moving anywhere. So let's find out, how far of the downside do we have here? I need to find the last time frame that has an upside pivot on stochastic momentum. That's what I want to find out. Where is this pivoted to the upside? Because everything is downside to me until then. Okay, we're literally accelerating to sideways right now. We're not moving anywhere for the current moment. All right, there it is. That is your max ups. Yep, because the 4 hour time frame, right? Look at it. It's not quite curved to the upside yet, right? But if you move on to your 6 hours, that means that you could potentially get a downside worth of 6 hours on this. Now, if there is a downside worth of 6 hours, that could tell you that it could be quite extensive. Now, why would it be extensive though? Should there be bad news? No. That's not it, guys. I gotta explain to you a statistic that a lot of people don't know. Your daily time frame, it's about to close in 52 minutes. And we're getting this little shake right here, right? That's called head shake. So that typically means that you're facing a closure of a certain time frame, or you're getting some type of resistance via whatever. Let's find out what that whatever is. Typically speaking, remember this and write it on your notes, right? 60 to 70% of the time you'll get a 30 to 50% prior bar pullback. Let me kind of explain to you what that means. If we close this bar, right, that means that the next bar will actually experience a 50% retracement of that prior bar as soon as we open up the new candle. This is a whole day, right? This candle here takes a whole day. Okay, let me give you an example, right? Let me give you an example, a short example here. All right, take a look at this, right? You're getting this bar to, it opened here, went down there, continued up here, and closed here. Look at now what happens to this one. It opens, retraces to the 50% of this one, and continues, right? Well, that's really curious. Does that happen every time? Is that something that happens every time? Well, no, it's 30 to 50%, remember, right? Here, how about this one here, right? So this, you're trading, right? It goes up and down, and it closes here. Now this bar opens right here, retraces to the 50% or 30% of that one, continues. What about this one? So you get that open here, retraces to the 50% or 30 of that one, continues, right? Okay, so that is what I mean. That is what I mean here. We have a dynamic that typically tends to happen to every bar that prints ever in the financial markets, right? Okay, so if the 6 hour time frame is telling us that would be that magnificent downside that we're about to face, I don't think the 6 hours is going to be able to make it to its open, right? So that means that from the opening of the bar, we can move around 5 cents. It says so there on the current ATR to my algorithm, right? Which, by the way, it's free when you join the Arca Bulls trading team. Okay, so I bet that we're going to close bullish, right? We're going to close somewhere up here. We're going to close somewhere up here no matter what we say, okay? In 52 minutes, well, I got to say this, 6 and 8 hour bars typically decompress to their 50% when they're about 15 to 20 minutes to close. So around 20 minutes, when this reads 20 minutes to 15, this would be decompressing towards a 50% of this 6 hour bar, of its own bar. And look at it, it's already kind of declining, right? So when we reach that 15-minute mark, price action should be roughly at around that valuation of 252.61, right? But what did I say about the exact target? It doesn't have to be your 50%, right? We spoke about the exact target being historical price. So we need a tangible target in order for us to validate what that downside could be. Okay, remember what the target is that we actually talked about for retracement? Well, let me remind you, 6 hour time frame, 50% is 252. Wait a second. Are we at 252 here, or kind of, or sort of not, right? 261, the one spot 618 at 250, 251.68. Our actual target discretion 251.40. You see what I mean? Mathematics against psychology, against statistics, with a little bit of geometric validation, tends to give you a world of information. Now, this is what I teach, right, guys? This is what I literally teach to all of my students. Which, by the way, throw an A in the chat if you are an Arca Bulls master student presently, or are you? Let's see. Are you an old schooler here? How many? You know what? Just everyone. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to separate you guys. Who is an Arca student down here right now? Throw an A in the chat. Let me see if you are a student, right? I want to see how many of you are in here trying to learn with me too. I love it, guys. I love it. Good to see you, team. Good to see you, and welcome here. I love that. I love that you guys can be experiencing this. I love that you guys can be students and continue to learn here, right? So let's do it, right? So okay, we have a confluence of that 6-hour time frame retrace, but that's a 6-hour bar, right? It's giving us a middle, but how much does the 6-hour bar retrace? Because that's the final upside bias that we had. Okay, so the bet is here that we would open up somewhere around 253 or 254, maybe 250, who knows, right? But we would get 5 cents to retrace. Okay, so if we do get 5 cents, right, what is it? If we do get those 5 cents to retrace, that means that if there is an early enough decompression time to where we go down to the 250, right, what we talked about on the 6-hour, this tends to decompress and bounce from that support. So if this thing bounces to the support and goes to that 254, or 255-ish, wherever we are, let's just say that we go up here to 253.96, right? If we go to 253.96 and we open the next 6-hour bar, well, guess what? That's telling you 5 cents to the bottom side. So what's 5 cents minus 254? 253.96, right? Well, that would be 249, right? So if we are going to 249, do we have something in line for that from our discretion? Well, let's go and check out and see if we have something around the 249.50, 249.60, whatever that was. Okay, well, why don't you take a look at that? So 250.51 is what we're suggesting with our zone. But hold on. Arca, you did say that the 272 and the 618 was pretty important, right? Oh, well, let's go ahead and highlight that right now and see what the heck that even means. There you go. 249.55 at the 272 Fibonacci ratio. It's confluent to the math that your 6-hour time frame is retracing. It's confluent to the 50% of your 6-hour decompression, right? It's also what we suggested would be the bottom side via what? You remember what that was? Let me remind you. It's the head and shoulders. My goodness in heaven. So we have the head and shoulders here. We have the potential drop coming in. I think that we could be validating resistances in here before we can actually make that top side or the bottom side, right? So if we have some bulls to load, that would be part of your daily closure, guys. As soon as we get that daily closure, 50% retrace of this would be what? That's kind of huge. I don't even know that we're going to survive all that downside, but what, you know what? Screw it. Just for shits and giggles here, let's just measure that daily time frame to find out where that 50% could even be located, right? Let's do it, man. Let's just do it. We're probably going to be wrong on all our targets now anyway, so who cares, right? Who cares? So here's your daily time frame. So let's see how wrong we are with the 50% of your daily. Oh crap, wait a second. I just drew a line right here. What is that? Oh my goodness. It's 248. 6-hour time frame 249. 618, 250. Right? But hold on just a sec. What's the 248 though? Let's go in a little deeper. Check it out. We highlighted it earlier with a yellow line. And that's your 618 at 248.43. So that tells you guys, okay? That tells you guys that we have a little bit of space should there be what's called a liquidity pool. So if we fall into this target down here, right? If this candle continues to the red side, right? We bounce on this zone here. We validate the resistances of around that 254.67. Continue. We bounce here out at around the one spot 272 that this magically lands right at that, right? We resist and give the resistance here, right? And continue to the downside and get ourselves into these targets here. Should there be from this dive, right? From this dive, should there be a further downside, well, then that's why we have our liquidity pool bottom and inflection zone. Okay. Is there any way that we can see if there could be that bottom side? Is there any way that we can see that probability? Hell yeah, there is. Let me show you something else. This formation playing out right now, we're just, you know what? Let me go ahead and just, yeah, whatever. We'll just keep this here for now. And let's do this. We're on the 15-minute time frame, right? This is 15 minutes of XRP. let's get ourselves into a brand new chart and go into the 15-minute time frame of XRP. I'm going to show you one more, and you're going to be like, no way. And I actually don't know that it is, so I may be wrong here, and I may just be, you know, completely blowing smoke up your ass right now. So I hope, and so let me just say that I hope it's right. Okay, check this out. All right, so this here, parabolic downside, parabolic upside on this, that typically means that you have a dead cat bounce. Okay, what's required for a dead cat bounce? So the requirement for a dead cat bounce would actually be declining volume on the upside, increasing volume on the downside. Okay, so this is, so from right here, we're inclining, right? Oh, okay, so let me put a line on there and see if we are actually, sorry, if we are actually declining volume. This should be declining volume. Oh, it is. Check it out. Right about here. We're declining volume too. Curious. And we're starting to kind of turn, right? So your dead cat bounce would literally be downside up, come all the way back down, and then fall, right? Okay, cool. So let's get the target now that the dead cat bounce suggests. I put it in a new chart so that I'm not influenced in any way by the prior chart because it has so many targets already. Okay, cool. Let's do that. Well, we're going to use this top side here, right? And then we're going to draw a trend line all the way to the bottom of the dead cat, which is right here. So, right, parabolic downside, recovery, low volume, increasing volume to the downside, break below your support, and you take your trend line and you add it to the downside via this method here. So the target to the downside that you get, I know blah, 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 blah. So if you are familiar with the target already, throw an A in the chat and tell me if you remember this target rhyming in any way, shape, or form from what we had in the prior chart. Does that sound familiar to you? This target here, using the dead cat bounce formation. Okay, all right. So I'm already getting a couple A's in the chat, and it looks like it's a big probability here, right? Cool. So now that you know the target, let's go back to the other chart and find out, right? So this is 249.33. Cool. Let's go back. We're going to go right into this chart here, or which one was it, right? The purple, the orange chart. There it is. There it is. Okay. So if we're saying 249, what the hell is it, right? Okay. Well, we're suggesting 250.51. And of course, the 2.272 Fibonacci ratio at 249.55. Just below that, 248.43 at the 618, 2.618. Do you see all the rhyming happening? Right? So you see this is because psychology sees this. This means that we all are in agreement that this will happen. So the more we get this kind of you know, we're all agreeing with each other, right? So we look at the play and we're saying, you know what, we're about to get a daily close. And this could be the possible pullback on that daily close, right? So now you have a dead cat bounce leading you to 249. You have a 6-hour time frame leading you to 249, right? You the 50%. You have a daily time frame leading you to 248.43. You have the head and shoulders formation leading you to a 250. Do you see how all that is rhyming all together? And me personally, before we validated it, remember, we said, you know what? Before we validate, because all of this was just me guessing that we were going to drop into this target here. Take a look at your price action as we go now. What is that looking like, right? Look at this. Uh-oh. It looks like we validated, right? And we are now coming down. So whenever I speak to you, the reason why I'm saying this and the reason why I have all of you present right now is because I noticed that whenever I put out a video that says, guys, there's an imminent downside right now, right? We're gonna face a critical support very soon. I often get a bunch of dislikes, right? That should be a good thing for you. Because in order for us to meet this price action that we experienced today, I've been preparing you for the last 2 weeks. Every single video that you have, you can trail back. We have it all the way on the 25th. I released a video saying what will happen, you know, before the melt up and preparing you for this, right? Okay, we need to know the dynamics of what's happening here too. But what I'm teaching you here live to understand or to determine how these targets are possible, This is the very, I mean, we're scratching the surface of how price action can work, right? How probabilities work. We spoke about downside happening after we validated somewhere in here where we're going to bounce from this zone, right? 253.96 bounces to validate something up here at around 254.39 before continuing. And that's all happening because we're approaching the closure of the day. People are now risk off the day, right? In order for them to be safe from whatever may happen at the opening of the new daily candle. So here, let's click on daily. And this is what you're looking at, 254.41. Do you see the target right here? But that says 37 minutes and 40 seconds. So the entire day has been going and going and going, and now we're about to close it. Right? Can I get some A's in the chat if you understand so far how this has been going? Tell me, throw some A's in the chat if you understand how we just used psychology, geometrics, statistics, discretion, right? And technicals. Throw those A's in the chat right now. Look at that, man. That's absolutely amazing. Go ahead, buddy. Careful. Go ahead, buddy. Look at it. Look at that little guy's head there. Go ahead, buddy. Do your thing. Go ahead. All right. So, okay. So, guys, that's what I'm talking about. Now, how about this? Sorry, he just stepped all over the thing. Of course he did. So did you see his little hand in there? It's all good, man. It's all good. Okay. So now that you know, right? Now that you know how to get to the loading zone, right, guys? That would be considered your loading zone, by the way. So, like the videos that I put out every night, right? We kind of go over what could be the area to load before a continuation to the upside. Well, that would be the one. So, or this area here. So if that really is the case, well, wait. Check this out. Look. We're starting to reject, right? We're so close to that red line there, right? Yeah, guys, that would be the area to bounce, right? We have, typically I speak in zones. Right? Typically, I speak in zones because I'm trying to do this fast for you guys so you can understand it quickly. I'm just showing you how this is done with just single targets, right? So I'm trying to be as precise as I can be, right? Aside from me just showing you the overall area where it could be. Because should I show you the overall area, it's actually a 50% range that you're looking at here. Why? Because of this candle here. And why? Because of this candle up here. So if we do mark that, just like this, that'll show you a zone that'll then likely use the area where I'm suggesting as a 50%. So this is why I'm saying that, I typically run in zones, but I'm trying to show you how to do this here in single targets. Look at where we bounce from, right? So all good. That is, it's just like that, team. We need to know how to manage the risk. We need to know how to manage our entries against our whatever. It's all good. If we understand this, then we understand some price action. Then we can apply statistics to it. Then imagine you as a strong fundamental trader like you are. You know the fundamentals behind XRP and Ripple, right? You know the company in and out. You know the plans. You've been reading the roadmap. You know the whitelist. You know everything, right? Now, what about this? Hey, buddy, good to see you there. So what about this? If you were a master at your technicals and your statistics, what if you were a master at technical statistics and fundamentals all at once? For your higher probability trades on this. Damn, I mean, dude, you would be a powerful, unstoppable trader. Here we come. Bam. Right at our target so far, right? Okay, so let's see what happens here because we have to start validating some resistances soon. All good. We kind of imagined that from all the way up here, we were gonna come down here. We've been seeing this happen, right? So this is the best way I can do it for you, show you live before it happens. A lot of traders, a lot of influencers talk in hindsight. I teach literally, when I teach my students, you guys, I teach them with what's gonna happen in price action for the next day, into the next week, even into the next months. I wanna make sure that you understand how to never ever rely on someone like me or an influencer online again. That's right, I literally said that. I will burn myself because I don't care. I will tell you how the short thesis works. I will tell you how the long thesis works. I will show you how to trade this. And then more so, I will also show you how to leave the clasps of someone telling you where price action is going to go. I don't want to let any of my students leave here. I don't want to let any of my students leave here without knowing that they can survive on their own in the outside world. That's what it is. Well, look at what's happening here now, guys. Look at that rejection. Damn, man. It's incredible to be able to put this thing together, guys. And then like to show, imagine me showing my mom this. I tell her, Mom, hold on, just watch price. It's going to bounce from this area here in like around 3-4 minutes. And she sees it. She's like, oh my God, you're Nostradamus. I'm messing around, guys. But that's what I meant, right? Likely the area of support, right? The zone of support. We bounce to the upside. We're in a 15-minute time frame, so the area that we could bounce to is probably right up here. You know, anywhere between the areas of around 254.66 to right around the 254.73. Validate resistance is here. Continue to the downside. How cool is this? How freaking awesome would it be for you to know how to do this? Right? So if you do, guys, I don't mean to do this, right? But I want to. Reach out to me here, arcabulls@gmail.com, and get yourself enrolled before the seats are completely taken, damn it. Right? Okay. All right. So, but we didn't talk about the upside though. Wait. Arca never mentioned the upside. Where is that upside going to go to? Because I can show you something very interesting. Take a look at the daily closure in 30 minutes. Uh-oh. What did we say about momentum with volatility? What did we say, right? Remember your acceleration? Do you remember your directional bias? And hold on just a second. We're closing the daily in 31 minutes in this massive green, huge bar here. And wait up a second. We have ascending volume too. Well, guess what, guys? I'm here to tell you some good news. XRP is not done with the upside. And this is likely to continue into the later hours, into the wee hours, potentially up till maybe should I release that information right now? Maybe I will. So let's go ahead and start studying the upside here on a daily time frame, because we're about to fire off a critical statistical signal that is absolutely powerful and of high probability. This is going to take you into the next target, into your next leg up. And I'm talking about beyond 261. So hang on just a sec while I have my little boy, right? What's that? Says Niz. We're going to find out right now. Let me just help my boy clean up a little bit, right? He went to the restroom, remember? And he's calling out for me right now. So give me just literally a minute. I'm going to come back in here. We're going to figure out what that top side take profit target is going to be for XRP in the coming days. Cup and Handle says, my brother, let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right, guys, just a moment here. I appreciate everybody for coming on out and supporting the Arca Bulls trading team. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, right? Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive, team. I will give you just a quick little minute here, while I clean the little boy out. Just a moment, team. Right, team. All right, team. Thank you so much for being patient there. I had to just help out my little boy do its little thing, right? And we are good to go now. Okay, guys. So this is what I'm going to say to you. Okay, we're gonna get the upside target here on XRP for damn sure. I want you to know, team, that if you do use this email to sign up to the $100 program for 9 weeks, I'm gonna do something a little rare here, right? I'm gonna give you the starter kit pack. I'm talking about the linear volatility data cells, right, indicator as a starting bonus to you, right? And that's not typical for me to do, right? So I'm going to give you my moving averages. I'm going to give you the starter pack for all the algorithms that I have to offer here, including Z Squeeze Lite. Okay, team, if you sign up for the class, then let me know through the means of this email here, right? And we'll get you prepared. July 26th is the starting date, and it's going to be Saturdays and Thursdays, right? Saturdays at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, and it's going to be on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, which, by the way, take a look at the time right now, right? It is 4:34, so I got just about 2 hours to go. I got to prep that class. Who wants to, here's a question, throw an A in the chat if you would like to observe that class through the means of YouTube. And so you can experience the last week, right? This is the last lecture for the beginners. Who would like to watch that class live on YouTube tonight? Please throw an A in the chat right now if you would like to be a part of that. If you would just like to see what I'm going to teach the master students as their final. They're literally, this is the culmination. The class is done after this, right? So, okay, we're definitely getting some nice A's in the chat right now, guys. All right, throw them in there. Should you be interested in watching that class, because I'll go ahead and announce the live stream for that lecture literally in about 2 hours, right? So it's going to be at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll go ahead and show you the last lecture, right? So, of course, we're going to have this. This is going to be the Thursday lecture, and Saturday will be the final one. Okay, great. Nice. Okay, great. I have a lot of attention on it. Good deal. I'll go ahead and show it up to you guys. No problem. DMMM, what's up, buddy? Let's see. I want to course with you, Arca, but it's not ready for it, and time is wrong. Okay, no problem. You continue to hold that, okay? Because I got you, buddy. I do remember still. Okay. All right. So, yep. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for participating here, and thank you so much also for liking the damn thing, subscribing, that whole thing, right? Okay. So let's leave this chart here, and let's just go into the blank chart that we had, right? Okay, so this time around, we're going to start off from your daily time frame, because this is technically where your upside would begin via volatility and momentum, right? Let's figure that out. Let's figure out where we're going to go as far as that top side is concerned, right? So we're going to go ahead and load up our stochastic momentum indicator, right? Your standard one. And we're going to load up as well your volatility heat map, which is what we're using here to determine linear volatility. Okay, great. So we already got the downside. We already know where the loading zone would be for XRP. All good. Okay, let's get rid of these drawings here, because we don't need any of that stuff from here out. Okay, so 23 minutes and 45 seconds, to close, and that's looking pretty damn magical. Now, here's another one. Throw an A in the chat if you remember me telling you by the time that you reach 20 minutes to 15 minutes, you'll be at the 50% valuation of your 6-hour bar. Well, where are we now? Getting pretty close to it, right? Check it out. Guys, that's what I mean. And I will teach you like this every time. I will teach you it's never hindsight. Never will I teach you in hindsight. I will always teach you with what can happen, with the higher probabilities. So I'm really happy that you guys are paying attention, and I'm really happy that you're observing that these probabilities are happening literally before your eyes. And then people are like, whoa, that's like magic, bro. No, guys, it's just historically speaking, your behavior, your candles, they do the 50% retrace all the time. So when somebody says like, dude, I just went in right now. Like I just went in and price action literally started going down. And I'm like, wow, is that true, bro? So, and then, I'm like, the price went down, right? I was like, what time did you do it? So the guy would say something like, oh, I did it around 4:45. I'm like, 4:45? Bro, I was like, man, that's the closure of your 6-hour and your daily. What are you doing there? And he goes, well, it was running. And I'm like, I know it's running. So, and I tell him that's usually when it pulls back to a 50%. And he goes, man, it's just, no, bro, I think it's the predatory shorts. I think it's the predators and the institutions that manipulate the price action and they want it to go down. Yes, the answer is yes, of course. You know, that's always gonna exist, but also no, right? Because the statistics are really just embedded and they happen all the time. So you know, so I don't I don't want to be like rude to my friend or anything, right? So I tell him, bro, just you know, just relax. It'll come back. Just chill out for a moment. It'll do its thing, right, for a little bit here, and then it'll retrace, and you'll be good to go. All right. So then he's like, "You were right, bro." And I'm like, "Man, thank God I was right, man. I was choking. I thought I wasn't gonna be." He's like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm just kidding, man." But anyway, so yeah, guys, we got that. We're pretty much getting closer to that 50% that we talked about, right around the times that we spoke about. Houdini over here, right? All good. So let's go ahead and read the math. So if we have upside on, well, typically speaking, or actually speaking, right? Literally speaking, we have a fired signal here already. What does that fired signal consist of? Well, that actually means that your volatility component, which is these little light bulbs, right? That's your volatility. We're expanding, otherwise moving upward, right? And then also we have this massive upside pivot on your moving average as well. So the moving average is moving up, right? And we have the upside on volatility looking pretty damn good. Okay, now what is needed against that? Well, we said that we would need the upside posturing on stochastic momentum. Okay, well, that's presently there as well. And what are we closing? Well, we're closing a gigantic green party over here, right? So that's looking good. And also notice this, right? Here's another little hint that I can give you for price action. A tiny one. See the sizes of the candles? How they're going from small to bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger? And you're getting volume to increase as well. That's usually momentum, right? So these are momentum bars. They are continuation bars. So the moment that you start getting a daily candle that starts to kind of diminish in volume, well, that would be your deceleration that we spoke of on volatility, right? But in this case, we're just getting started. Oh man, it's going to be pretty damn magical up in here, man. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and see what's up. Upside probability is very likely on a daily. Let's move along now. 2-day time frame. Check this out. Firing an absolute signal towards the upside. By the way, we have not been in this critical contraction with a breakout like this since, I'm not even joking, since back here in November 2nd of 2024. That was the last time we experienced an upside like this. But hold on. What is that around November? Wait. Oh my good. Arca, are you telling me that we're right at the bottom of when we were at 52 cents when you said to load the boat at 52 cents, that this was likely to go up all the way to $4? Hold on just a second. Hold on. We actually are right at that area as we speak. Right there it is. And here's your upside, 50 cents all the way to freaking $3 and even all the way to whatever the hell that was, 361. And we are presently right here and we have that massive upside continuing. Holy crap, dude. You're starting to make me go dizzy in here with all these analyses and all these numbers. Analysis paralysis, everybody. Analysis paralysis. All right, anyway, so let's go ahead and determine the continuation to the upside, dude. Wow. Okay, so, hi, buddy. Oh, my goodness. What did you say? Huh? Are you kidding me? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I love you so much. Yeah, don't click it right now. Okay, go play. I'll meet you outside in just a little bit. Go, buddy. Go. You want to sit down here? You can. All right. I'm not even kidding, guys. I really am dealing with a 5-year-old as I'm doing this right now, okay? Anytime that I say that I'm going to go ahead and just block the visibility right now and throw those A's in the chat is because I'm doing something with him real quick. I'm like, man, come over here. Right? So I set them all up and I give him a banana or something, right? And I'm like, good to go. And then I'm back here, right? And I'm like, man, I told you guys, bro. I told you this thing's going to drop into that truck, right? I told you. So yeah, guys. So that's just me. I'm just, it's just me being Daddy Arca right here, man. All good, all good in the hood. But I see the love coming into chat, man. I love you guys. I really wasn't kidding. Anyway, upside continuation into the buy daily time frame, guys. That just opened today, by the way, right? We got a new buy daily open, and we still have a day and 1 hour to close off this buy daily bar. Okay, upside continuation, break of signal, looking very good. Also, it just so happens to be when we got that massive run to the upside. So could this be that massive run? I don't know. We're gonna find out here soon enough, right? 3-day time frame is what 1 day and 1 hour to close with a signal firing like freaking crazy as well. And this has an upside continuation still too. Oh my goodness, dude. This is really, really, really cool. Mike D saying, hey Arca, this is my first live. This is awesome. I gotta tell you a secret, Mike D. This is also the first time I've ever gone live in my entire life. My entire life, I tell you. All right, so the 4-day time frame is also expanding here, right, above the moving average, and we're actually getting that upside posturing too. There's a reason for this, okay? There's a reason why we're still showing this upside, okay? Please remember that there's gonna be there's a target for this, okay? Remember the indicator that's gonna be yours when you join the Arca Bulls mentorship program, the data cells, right? Where the hell is it? Let's go ahead and load up data cells here for you. This thing here, right? This is telling us that's going to give us the target, and so far it's about 25 cents and counting. So let's continue. 5-day time frame. We just opened up the new bar here, and we're firing the signal, right? We have upside probabilities and a gigantic green bar so far, and now we got 28 cents, right? Oh man, okay, let's keep on going, Arca, keep on going, because the upside is still there. Holy crap, man. Holy crap, the upside is still there. All right, so let's go to the weekly time frame and see what's up. 3 days to close the weekly time frame, and we're now starting to about fire that signal here too, right? Very, very interesting indeed. And we have an upside pivot. More importantly than anything else in this world, upside pivot. All right, so now we're entering 37 cents of upside. Hold on, Arca, stop teasing me like that, man. Oh man, give me the target. Give me the target. Okay, so this is not a downside. What I'm looking for is absolutely, I mean, I want this to be unmistakably a downside pivot via both moving averages, and that would be our final time frame of ATR upside, average true range volatility upside. Okay, all right, so this is still looking like we have upside, and now we're closing in on 50 cents. Oh man, oh man, oh man. And guess what? That's a brand new bi-weekly bar. Oh God. Okay, do we still have upside into the monthly? Yes, we do. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're now entering 52 cents of upside. How about the bi-monthly? Damn it, I can't see anything there. Why can't we see anything? Oh, that's because we're on the wrong ticker, guys. I've been charting GameStop instead of XRP. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna go to XRP here and see if we can't get ourselves more information, right? Because we need further history. We don't need information from 2017. We need it further back. Okay, so let's go ahead and try to get the entire history of the XRP price action. Okay, so 2 months. Oh my goodness, there we go. Now we have the full range here. Okay, so we do still have an upside pivot on bi-monthly, and we opened it here just about 8 days ago, so it's fresh. And now we're entering 60 cents. Guess what? We just opened up as well a 3-month bar too 8 days ago. Now we're entering 62 cents upside expansion. By the way, expanding from as low as volatility as it has ever reached in its entire life. Right? I can't believe all the viewers right now, guys. I am absolutely stoked, man. I didn't even know that you guys would even remember I would come on live. I haven't been on in so long. But all good in the hood, man. I see you in there. I see you guys. I see you guys. Rosanna, what's up, girl? Thank you so much for coming on by. Thank you, Mike D. JP, what is up, man? Skills, man, I see you in there, buddy. Honey Blonde, I appreciate you so much. Guys, thank you so much. D's nuts, what's up, buddy? Okay, anyway, let's continue. What else do we have now? Do we have 5 months of upside? Oh my goodness, we absolutely do, man. Again and again and again and again, Arca's doing it to us. We have upside on the 5-month time frame. Good God, that's actually leading towards around 66 cents. What about 6 months? We have upside on 6 months still. Damn, that's 74 cents. Man, I hit the lottery here. I knew I hit the lottery here with this guy. Actually, we can't go all the way to the yearly time frame. Let's go to the 7-month. All right, 7 months of upside looking good. What about 8 months? Oh man, upside and expanding on 8 months too? Dude, my brother, please stop. It's 75 cents to the upside now, right? Let's go to the 9-month. Let's go to the maternity month here. Okay, so it looks like we now have around, still 74, 75 cents on tap and upside with expand. Dude, this is a mega squeeze, bro. This is absolutely a mega squeeze. Okay, let's go to the 10-month time frame. 10-month upside, expanding. Still 74 cents. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, sir? All right. Upside on the 11 months. And expanding. I don't know what to tell you. That means 12 months is likely expanding too. So I'm gonna say that I honestly think we have like a. I mean, okay, from the let's see, the 6-month bar, at least this, right? So from at least 225, we have like 80 cents to the upside, right? So if that really is the case, then we're going into the $3 target, right? So naturally, your $3 target is we have a 291 there, right? Okay, so this is your 292. That's our next target. That's where we're going. But guess what happens when we reach that target? We would then pull back to validate this here at 246 as support. So what happens at 246? Well, that's where we get to load up again and do this whole thing that we just looked at all over again. So if guys, I'm just gonna put it to you very lightly. Technically and statistically speaking, it would be twice the value, right? So if that is the case, if we're looking at $3, then your technical targets are leading towards $5 or $6. I am gonna stop you there before I continue, because right now, guys, yes, we are still looking pretty damn good. And yes, I said it on live broadcast here that there is a probability of reaching even $5 or $6 at twice the value of an annual candle being a biannual candle. And I will say this too: there is something happening that not a lot of people know of, and I'm gonna bet that no one knows this in this entire chat unless you're my student and you already heard it from me. I'm gonna bet on it, okay? $764 trillion says that you do not know that in about 5 months, we're going to be closing an 8-year bar. That happens only once every 8 years. So that means that when you close an 8-year bar, we also have the implications of what the 4-year bar does, right? The 2-year and the 1-year. Hold on just a second. So at this close, that means at the December to January, right? We're going to be closing a confluent, and you already know what candles do, right? Reverse each other and all that, based on what I told you. Okay. At the end of January, we're going to be closing not only the 1-year, 2-year, 4-year, and 8-year candles, okay? But we're also going to be closing all of the months too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the yearly. All in confluence. So what's happening here, team, is not really what typically happens all the time. The one answer I don't have for you, and I'm going to read, I'm going to find out for you, or maybe you can find out for me. Here's the ultimate question to understand. Was this upside here part of an 8-year closure or no? I don't think so, but was it a 4? Or was it a 2-year? So if we're rhyming on 2 or 4, really highly doubtful on the 8 because this is 2017, maybe, I don't know, but you tell me. If you find the confluence, could it be that we're repeating history all over again? Is that an actual possibility here? Now, I know that that's piquing your attention. I know that it's piquing your attention. And here's something because we have 6:30 p.m. class, I'm going to show you something that maybe not a lot of you have seen before. Do you see, and I'm going to say this because Coins Kid showed it, right? He did show the huge triangle, right? We had the triangle, all good, right? All good, right? But is this here? Let me take a bars pattern. Let me show you this. Here's what's called a bars pattern. I'm going to take the confluence of this is a whole echo of it, right? Okay. What are the odds that this, let's just kind of like expand it a little bit, right? Just about like this. What are the odds? It's still the same thing, right? Just like that. What are the odds that this tends to be the case here? And then also, hold on. What are the odds that it tends to be this here too? It's very close to each other, right? So we're going through some cycles here. So what I'm telling you, in fact, is this. Now check this out. I'm going to take a bars pattern of this entire price action here, right? Let's do it like this, right? Hold on just a moment. There it is. Here it is. Sorry about that, guys. So let's take that bars pattern all the way to this point here, right? Just, I guess, where we sort of are starting to break out. Okay. So if we split this into like a half, like somewhere like this here, right? Then this would be the result of this right here, right? Oh crap, it is. So we have confluence everywhere. Look at the shapes. So that tells you that it's every round that this thing goes up, it takes twice the time to create the next round. So would it be that if this created this gigantic upside and this one's about to create that gigantic upside, where I'm sorry, let me retrace a little bit. Where would we be here? A lot of people would tell you that we're here. But no, I don't think so. I think we're here, right? And now why would that be? Right now, no for a fact, I'm going to give you full transparency here. I don't like fractal analysis. I don't like this, but I have to show it because it's so significant. Okay, now, if I just said that I took this as this total pattern being twice the size, then that would technically mean that this total thing here that we're getting now that we're exploding would also be twice the length of this here, wouldn't it? So that's now what's telling me here that we're starting to run and we're about to make this top side. So should we have reached the resistance right at the top side of this area here first? Did that happen for us now? Like this. We topped out, we reached, right? Hold on. This here. We topped out at the top of the initial price action, retraced, and then continued. Did that happen to what we just did now? Let's put it here. Let's put a line there. And let's find out. Holy shit. It looks like it kind of did. Right? Okay. So if that means that we're about to catch an upside here, we're about to catch a ride, does that mean that it would be times 2? So, I mean, I don't know. But what I can say is this. Let's take geometrics so we don't guess here, right? Let's just take geometrics like in this fashion here and take it all the way to the downside and find out where we are, because usually, of course, we're going to end up at a 272 like always, right? Or a 618. Okay. All right. So if that's the case, then let's do that same behavior from this top side to that local low, right? All the way down here. Where would that take us then? I'm afraid to even show you this because then people are going to start flipping out. This is the part 2 of the video that you haven't seen just yet. So let's go ahead and show that. And let's go up to identify what the heck the number is for the 272 target. Okay, so 272 is identifying a $252 valuation, right? Now, I want you to remember that for those of you who have already seen me and have already been kind of watching me, I spoke about the probabilities of a $238 target through the means of another strategy without having this already here. And that was a few months ago. So that's already very interesting that we're getting that kind of upside. I don't know that it can reach that, and it doesn't even sound feasible. You know what I mean? But if it really does go there, holy crap. This is a macro upside. What about if we did this? What if we just took it to this local low instead of going that far? Right? Let's see around here instead. Now, where would this take us? Do you guys remember the target that I gave you when I told you that should we go to an annual basis, then it would be ×2 the target? So we would reach what target? Let me know in the chat if you remember what target that was, right? For the annual basis. because I already explained to you that 291 was it, right? 291 was going to be the thing, and we were going to be there at 292, which would be roughly around $3, which is leading you to what target if we did what? Do you guys remember that? I'll remind you here. It's okay. I know there's a delay here on YouTube, so it's all good. Okay. I spoke to you about a $6 target. Now, I want to point that out to you. Right here. And look at the geometric confluence. The 272. That's right. It was $5 or $6, right? So we absolutely have geometric confluence at the one spot 272 for a continuation. Man. Okay. Now the upside to the 272, because we reached 272, that would leave you at a target of $71. And that starts to sound like, you know what? There's a few people who have even mentioned a target like this before, right? So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a special here, right? I didn't want to just show you how price action worked and where it's going to continue here, because we already know 261 is it. We already know 288 to 292 is the next resistance. All good. Mathematics against psychology, a little bit of discretion within that, right? And some statistics. We have that whole thing mapped out. All good. So all we need now is for Brad Garlinghouse to, not suck a lot, and he should suck less, right? And continue being awesome, and everything here will meet via the statistics, right? Okay. All right, man. So anything, guys, if anything, reach out to me, and you guys will, like I said, I promised you here algorithms, right? Should you join the Arca Bulls trading team, make sure, guys, to join up. I'm going to go ahead and close up here because I need to prepare for the class. It's going to start in about an hour and a half, right? So also I'm going to mention it to you live because I'm going to be streaming that lecture live so you guys can all watch. Okay, team, I really appreciate everybody for coming on by today. I can't even tell you what that means to me. All that support that you guys have been giving me from I can't believe that it's only been around 3.5 to 4 weeks that we just gained literally 500 subscribers. All right, guys, we're now 14,500 and just climbing and climbing. So this is really cool, guys. I love you all so much. Please be careful as this upside happens. Please be careful with over-levering. Don't over-leverage yourself, right? Make sure to do your due diligence and everything will be cool. Okay, guys? Thank you all very much, and I will speak to you very, very scary Jerry soon, all right, team? All right, guys. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as it cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios, team. Fuck yeah!